So the global video game market is a billion-dollar industry, billions of dollars. Can Jamaica get a piece of that pie? Third-year UTech student Enoch Omoregie joins us to talk about the possibilities for Jamaica as somebody who is doing his best to advance that, that industry here. Good morning. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
First of all, tell me a little bit about what you do in this space.
So, good morning. As I said before, I'm Enoch Omoregie. I am an independent game developer, as I would call it. So, what I would do specifically is that I'm looking for ideas, game ideas, and then building them out to be released for others to play and utilize.
Where did this passion begin? You used to play as a youngster. You're still a youngster, but you used to play, and then the games you were playing were like yawn, I'm bored.
Not necessarily. So, as a child a lot, I would create my own stories, imagine different things that I would take place in, play games with others and come up with different things like that. And having that experience with games was just great for me. It was a great experience. It was one in which I could socialize with friends with, I could talk to others about participating with, and have a social background kind of thing with. And I remember growing up and being like, how do people even actually make games? Is there like some health button? Is there some enemy button or something like that? And then I started to look into it. And then I realized that I know so many people here who play and love games. And then I thought about, what if we popularize the development of games itself also in Jamaica? And we started to have that gaming community where we have people playing and also developing and having that symbiotic relationship between both parties.
Wow. So tell me about the annual Microsoft Day celebration. So you're a third-year UTech student. You are one of many students from the School of Computing and Information Technology who showcased your inventions in this technology exposition. Tell me what you showcased. Tell me what else you saw. And does that give you hope that we can tap into this thing and really make it impactful?
Okay. So at the Microsoft Day event, I showed off my game, Dash Nights. It's a action endless runner game. Yeah, so it's kind of like Subway Surfers, but in this one, you're able to attack enemies while you're running and dodging.
While running and dodging alone was just
So I wanted to add a little bit of complexity to it.
Gotcha.
And so I added attacking movement.
What does it take, before we talk about what your colleagues were showcasing, what does it take to build out a game like that? Outside of imagination. Is that it? That's what we're looking at?
Yes, so that is my game prototype that I started out early with. It's just testing the level generation and such like that. And I would say just out of the imagination and just out of the idea, I would say different things like coding, programming. You also need art and design, sound and music, art and GUI. Because
GUI?
So that's graphical user interface, the buttons you would tap and stuff like that on the screen and such. Because really and truly in creating games, there's a whole pipeline. It goes pre-production, main production, post-production. In the pre-production phase, you're building out the idea, thinking of the concepts, iterating through multiple ideas, building out the story. Then once you are settled on all your ideas, you go into main production, you build out everything to its final stage, make sure everything is fixed up well. Then post-production, you're marketing on the game, you're adding in some music, some voice acting, some other stuff like that, prepping it for release. And then at the end of all of that, you would release the game. And
that sounds very exciting.
Wow! It really does.
I want to do that. That sounds so exciting, but in creation excites me. Okay, so Dash Nights is what you showed.
Yes.
What else did you see that impressed you at that expo?
So on the last day of the Microsoft Day, there were people who presented their projects at the Microsoft Hackathon, I can't remember all of them, but there were really impressive ones. There was one called Lectralytics. It's a AI classroom assistant where you're able to take your different notes, like PDFs and such like that, input into the system, and it's able to actually organize everything for you, give you organized concepts, even make your own flashcards, your own notes and such like that.
Where was I when these things were available?
There was also one called AduChat. It's an admission chat AI bot. So if you have any admission questions you want to ask about the university or actually like that, it's able to give you all the detailed answers and direct you around the place.
So you're encouraged that we have a lot, and that's happening right here in Jamaica. That's our own people. It be our own people who are doing this.
So I saw university students taking out the time to actually build projects that could be released to the public to be used.
Across the world.
Across the world.
Yeah.
And it inspired me so much because I really started to question why I came to UTech, why I started doing the things I started to do. What impact could I actually make taking out the time to innovate and develop stuff like that? Because that's the environment that they're trying to build now, trying to get Microsoft to come over here and give us different hackathon projects and do other different things to try and get us thinking and creating about how can we give back to Jamaica, this country. And I just felt inspired to do more because of it. Yeah.
Possibilities are endless.
They are.
What's your hope for Dash Night?
To hopefully be released one day to the public to play.
And are there more ideas that you're sitting on that you're going to birth? Of course there are.
Yeah, there are. There are, definitely. One thing I have been trying to pursue right now is a club at the university, game development and film club. In the industry, it's a lot about collaboration, which is one thing I really love. So right now with the club, I'm trying to get different members from the institution to come together. You don't necessarily have to know everything, you just have to be interested. And we're going to teach you about the pipeline, we're going to teach you about the different details, and we're going to kind of guide everyone through and how do you kind of create a game or create a film. And hopefully, we're hoping that the different members can release their different projects at the end of the school year to be showcased.
So awesome. I love the work that UTech is doing. UTech's GDF, what's GDF club?
That's my club, the Game Development.
Game Development. Club. So your motto is the world is our reference, our imagination is our canvas.
Yes.
That means, there is no stopping, you guys. Stratosphere is where you're headed. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning, telling us some good things happening right here in Jamaica with our young people. Third-year UTech student, Enoch Omoregie, with us this morning. And still to come, we take another book off the shelf, but the best is yet to come. But first, second edition of News is next. Soon come.